Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the senior farewell ceremony of the Twin Cities Squadron U.S. Naval Sea Cadet Corps. I am Vincent Ritchie, today's Master of Ceremonies. Before we start, a few words regarding our proceedings today. We'll refer to this as the senior farewell and essentially follows the protocol of the Navy retirement ceremony. We will begin the ceremony with posting of colors and the national anthem. You will notice that the uniformed members of the official party, the color guard, the side boys, the boatswain, and myself are wearing our colors while no other uniformed person is wearing a color here today. When we post the colors, the covered uniformed personnel will render and hold their hand salute until the colors are posted. The uncovered uniformed personnel will come to attention but never with their hand over their heart. Civilians should place their hand over their heart during the playing of the national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise for the posting of the colors and remain standing for the national anthem. Color guard, post colors.
Shoulder, arms, forward, march.
Arms. Shoulder, arms, counter, march. Reset, arms, center, face. Shoulder, arms, counter, march. Forward, march.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
How about face?
First, I would like to welcome our official party. Colonel Mitchell Brew, U.S. Army retired. Captain Lynn Church, U.S. Navy Reserve. Lieutenant Colonel Barney Mulig, U.S. Army retired. Youth Director, Minnesota Council of the Navy League of the United States, and a former CO of our squadron. Lieutenant J.G. Andrew Barnes, CO, Twin Cities Squadron. And Instructor Eric Mishi, USNSCC, and our guest speaker. And finally, I want to welcome the 9 cadets who are the reason for us being here today. They have graduated from high school and thus have reached the ripe old age when they have to retire from the United States Naval Sea Cadet Corps. As you can see in our program, 1 is going to the Citadel, 2 are joining Navy ROTC at the U of M, 1 is going to study engineering at NDSU, another history at Loyola, 1 electrical engineering at the University of Minnesota Duluth, and another green chemistry in New Zealand. 2 are going directly into the service, 1 into aviation, and the other has already left for the Marines. Today is a significant milestone in their lives, and in the life of the squadron as well. Several of these cadets have been the cadet leaders for the last 12 months and have done their best to instill the principles of leadership, honor, and commitment into their subordinates, who will now become the new senior cadets. The cadets who are going ashore today are Chief Petty Officer Logan Michael, Chief Petty Officer Nicole Gustafson, Petty Officer 2nd Class James Erickson, Petty Officer 3rd Class Alex Brosnan, Petty Officer 3rd Class Benjamin Foley, Petty Officer 3rd Class Owen Mishi, Airman Michael Ruland, Airman Apprentice Carter Cattle, Airman Recruit Jason Brew. You will find the details of their Sea Cadet careers in today's program. Next, I have the honor of introducing our guest speaker, Instructor Eric Mishi. Our keynote speaker today, Eric Mishi, is an instructor with the Twin Cities Squadron Sea Cadets and also serves as our Public Affairs Officer. In addition to his support for our squadron, Eric is the Executive Director of a nonprofit called Spare Key, a role he has had since 2012. Spare Key, founded in 1997, serves families who are experiencing a medical crisis by providing them with financial assistance and support to cover their hospital and non-hospital expenses. Would you please welcome Instructor Eric Mishi.
Colonel Uley, Captain Church, Colonel Brew, Skipper, XO, thank you for the opportunity to be here. Parents, family, friends of the Twin Cities Squadron, welcome today. Michael, Gustafson, Erickson, Rowson, Foley, Mishi, Ruland, Caddo, Brew. Each of you young men and women have proven yourselves worthy of going into the world to change the world. And the world is ready for change. The question is, are you ready to be the change? I know that you are. The very fact that you're here today as a member of the United States Naval Sea Cadet Program is evidence that everything you have done to this point has prepared you to be the change the world needs. And mark my words, change happens. Whether spoken separately or together, there is no dismissing the reality that every single day, every single second, change happens. The moment you became a member of the Sea Cadet Program, change happened. The program itself and you yourselves changed. Your fellow cadets, the instructors, the staff, the parents and guardians who supported you, the community you engaged in, all of them, all of us, everyone here today changed. What will be the change that you are willing to make as you move forward in your life? Each of you senior cadets will go separate ways. Whether it's college, the military, a job, or service in some way of American life, each of you will leave here and be the change in the world. But for change to happen, leadership has to be. I believe that more than anything else in the world, that this nation and this planet needs leadership. It demands leadership. And each of you has demonstrated that you are a leader. The simple act of becoming a Sea Cadet was an example of leadership. Each of you has been entrusted with leadership roles during your time as a Sea Cadet. You made the determined decision to go to recruit training. That was leadership. Many of you made the decision to advance in this program, to move up in rank. That was leadership. From this moment forward, there is no reason to doubt whether or not you can to exercise the kind of leadership the world needs. You've proven it, time and time again, as a member of the Sea Cadet program. Now the question is, will you change the world by participating in it, by being a part of it, and by being of the world? And who will change the world if not for you? Who leads if not you? I believe in American exceptionalism. I believe that the United States is without doubt the greatest idea of a nation that has ever been imagined, created, and existed. But the greatest idea of a nation isn't the end of our nation's destiny. Because if it was, there'd really be no reason for us to be here today. America's genius isn't that this country is perfect. On the contrary, the genius is that we know it isn't perfect, and that you all have within your power to make it so. What will you do to make it perfect? Will you run for public office? Will you enlist in the military? Become a teacher, a policeman, firefighter, a teacher, a doctor, a nurse? Will you coach kids in sports? Will you come back and serve as an instructor or an officer in the Twin Cities Sea Cadet program? Will you stop a bully from being cruel? Will you help somebody cross the street? Will you be kind to somebody who has nothing compared to what you have in your life? Will you vote? The change in the world around you isn't an elephant that requires you to devour it whole in one sitting, but it requires you to do something. Do something. You have in your time in this program done something, amazing things. I want each member of the squadron here today to consider this. There are roughly 10,000 members of the Naval Sea Cadet Corps between the ages of 13 and 18 years old. There are nearly 40 million Americans between the ages of 13 and 18 years old. In that entire population of people, you represent 0.00025% of all of them. And nearly 39,990,000 of them have never gone to a recruit training, gone to scuba training, fought a fire, sailed a ship, led a color guard, wore the uniform, raped the lawn of a veteran, stood guard at a monument to fallen law enforcement officers, led people, taught people, taken directions, stood on a tow line, recited the 11 general orders, executed a plan, or moved with purpose. Cadets' ears. Cadets' ears. Or ever done that. The point is you're special, you're remarkable, you're different, you are unique, you're a leader. In between those moments during field day, when you mopped the floor and cleaned the head and took out the garbage, you were learning something that more than 39 million others like you were not. Leadership. Servant leadership. It's what you are. You weren't born with it. You were taught it, you learned it, and you earned it. And it's now in your DNA. I've gotten to know each of you during my time as an instructor in this program. You are people of character. To the cadets in this room, who will fill the shoes of the cadets who will soon leave this room, there are no better examples and role models than the 9 young men and 1 young woman who sit before you today, who are the senior cadets of this squadron. Every minute you think you can't do something, every time you think that one more push-up, one more mile is too many, or that saying yes sir, yes ma'am is just something you simply cannot remember. You remember these senior cadets. When you are on our team, and you are sure that you cannot make it, that it's too hard, too scary, too much, I want you to remember Michael, Gustafson, Erickson, Rousen, Foley, Mischke, Rulin, Caddo, and Blue, because they did it. And they weren't any different than you are now. But today, they are different. They have been tested. They have been challenged. Along the way, they screwed up. They failed. But they got through it. They pushed themselves. They believed in themselves. They worked together. They succeeded. They never, ever gave up. Before you are 10 senior cadets who came into this program just as scared, nervous, and anxious as all of you. They leave this program confident, accomplished, and proven. To those cadets in here today who will not be leaving this program, your heroes and heroines are not on TV. They're not on the movie theater screen, and they're not on Xbox. They are right here in front of you. They are the senior class of the Twin Cities Squadron. And these senior cadets have lived up the cadet maxim philosophy of risk more than others think is safe, care more than others think is wise, dream more than others think is practical, expect more than others think is possible. Seniors, I have spent most of my adult life in public service. Even today, as the executive director of a nonprofit that serves families facing medical crises, I see my work as an extension of my days when I worked in government. No matter what my job, no matter what my title, no matter what lack of title or authority I had, I always believed that I had an obligation as an American to give back to this country that has given me so much. And I hope you will see it as your responsibility and obligation to do the same. In 2003, as United States Senate Chief of Staff, I had the honor and privilege of being on hand to hear British Prime Minister Tony Blair address a joint session of Congress on the dangers of global terrorism. In the closing to his remarks, as a leader of a nation from across the ocean, he shared his thoughts on the role of America in a free world. He said, and I know it's hard on America, and in some small corner of this vast country, out in Nevada or Idaho, or those places I've never been to but always wanted to go. I know out there's a guy getting on with his life perfectly happy, minding his own business, saying to you, the political leaders of this country, why me? Why us? Why America? And the only answer is because destiny put you in this place in history, in this moment in time. And this task is yours to do. Seniors, there will be times in your life when you will be called upon to do hard and difficult things. You may not want to do them, but you will need to do them. Leaders do not ask others to do what they themselves know what must be done. And you will ask, why me? Why us? Why America? Each and every time the answer will be the same. Because destiny put you in this place, in history, in this moment in time. And the task is yours to do. This is your moment. This is your task. This is your place in history. This is your time. It has been said that 20 years from now you will be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than by the ones you did do. So throw out the bow lines, sail away from safe harbor, catch the trade winds in your sails, explore, dream, discover. What a great motto for anybody's life. Explore, dream, discover. One of the wisest men I know and respect wrote, as citizens of this nation, we are privileged to live protected by the Constitution. We each have a responsibility to preserve the ideals of the United States and to exercise our rights. The best way to protect our life is to actively participate. You have spent this chapter of your life actively participating. I know you will spend the next chapter of it by continuing to do so. And nothing stands in your way of continuing to do great things except the limits you place on yourself. Someone once wrote that the The question isn't who is going to let you. It's who is going to stop you. Seniors, President George H.W. Bush, who served as a Navy pilot, often said that throughout his time in the service, he prayed for something called CAVU, C-A-V-U, CAVU. It stood for Ceiling and Visibility Unlimited. In closing, I wish all of the senior cadets who leave us today fair winds and following seas. But more than anything else, I wish you CAVU. Thank you.
Thank you, Instructor Rishi, for those interesting and inspiring words. I'm certain our cadets will remember that. We have another task for our skipper today. We are not only piping ashore 9 of our cadets, but also one of our officers, Miss Jody Hallstrom. Miss Hallstrom joined the Sea Cadets on the 6th of February, 2014, and began faithfully supporting the TCSPA soon thereafter. She was appointed president of the TCSPA last year. Ms. Hallstrom has tirelessly worked with her TCSPA staff and parents to ensure every cadet has lunch, drivers are coordinated, special celebrations like pinnings, farewells, and the dining out event went off without a hitch. Ms. Hallstrom will leave a big hole as she goes ashore with her cadet. We will miss her and we wish her well. So you know, ma'am, you are always welcome to visit anytime. Thank you for serving our squadron. I will now call on Chief Michael to say farewell to us on behalf of the departing cadets. Chief.
After years of drills, summer trainings, and events, the Sea Cadets has taught us all invaluable skills that will stay with us in our future goals, as well as throughout the rest of our lives. Not only have the core values of honor, courage, and commitment been instilled in us, but discipline and attention to detail as well. We've learned how to lead a diverse and motivated group of young Americans through a variety of challenges, from everyday drill to patrols in the thick Minnesota woods. All of these skills and more will be fully translated to our future goals. Though emotions today range from sad to excited on our last day, we are all moving on to bigger and better things. I'm attending the Citadel, a school nationally renowned for its leadership development on an Army ROTC scholarship, and I hope to branch into infantry. Other seniors are going on their own path. Some have or will join the military, while others won't, but the lessons we've learned and the people we have met will stay with us forever. Of the youth programs that I've been involved in, the Sea Cadet Corps will unequivocally be the program that is giving me the skills and tools most translatable to our future goals of service. Though we're going down our own paths, the core values of the Navy and the Sea Cadet Corps remain absolutely relevant. Honor keeps us accountable for our behavior and mindful of the privilege that we have to serve our country. Courage gives us the ability to do what is right in the face of adversity and challenge. Commitment is the responsibility of ourselves to ensure that we remain devoted to personal improvement and that the job at hand is completed to the best of our ability. There are many people who have gotten these seniors, us, to where we are today. Many may recognize names such as Eulig, McCormick, Smith, Barnes, Holman, Foster, Seck, Dion, and Jerk, each contributing their own knowledge, leadership styles, and time to the training and improvement of the next generation of cadets. There are countless others who have made it possible for us to make this journey. The admin staff, parents, associations, supply, and the various branches for allowing us access to their facilities for drill and all of our summer trainings. Today, we seniors are leaving the next generation of cadets that we've developed and trained with the knowledge and leadership styles we ourselves have learned and developed from those before us. There have been a lot of things that have been done well by ourselves, and there have been some mistakes. My advice is to learn from our mistakes and learn from your own mistakes. But never be afraid to make the mistakes in the first place. Sea Cadets is a time for learning, and you'll experience things that you've never done before and feel pressures you didn't think of. But this is the time to learn how you react under the circumstances. And this is the time to better yourself before you hit the real world. And once you do hit the real world, you'll already made the mistakes here while everyone else is making them out there where it counts.
Lieutenant J.G. Barnes, the commanding officer of the Twin Cities Squadron, will now say farewell to these cadets. Lieutenant.
Thank you, XO, Colonel Brew, Captain Church, Colonel Eulig, Instructor Mishi, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. I want to make one very important notice to all of our families who are here. We have a chair that is empty. So we have 9 cadets you'll see today and 1 that is not here. The one that is not here has already been called to service. So Airman Flemister has already joined the Marines. He got called up early, and he's already on his way to training. So we thank him for his service, and we really, really wish we could have seen him here. And we will never be the same from a PT perspective without him. So there's that. For the 10 members, or now 9 members, of our squadron today, it is a significant day. This ceremony is among few important events they have or will experience over the past and coming few days as this chapter of their lives comes to a conclusion. As you have heard and read in their profiles, they are moving on to many great adventures. Adventures that will begin with new independence, right? Will be filled with unknown challenges and will no doubt, for all of them, conclude in fulfillment and success. I can say this with certainty because we know them. We know what they are capable of, and we know that each and every one of them have the courage and commitment to succeed. It is also a significant time for their families and their friends who have cheered them on these past several years, and likely so much more these past several months as they've come close to the finish line. I can only imagine. Actually, I know. You have supported them in their Sea Cadet careers, and so many of you have supported this squadron in so many ways. You will truly be missed. We thank you. Beyond the seniors and their families, today is a significant day for our squadron. It is significant because we celebrate with them the achievements they have reached. It is significant because as their shipmates, we are excited for them and the new opportunities in front of them. It is significant because we say farewell to 10 cadets who have brought leadership and direction to our crew over the past few years. These cadets may have been with us for a short time in relation to the longevity of the Twin Cities Squadron. But between them, they bring more than 25 years of Sea Cadet experience to our squadron. Years of training, learning, and teaching. And we will miss them, their guidance, their support, and their leadership. But rest assured, we will carry on. We will carry on because of what we have learned from them and those before them. And that is how it should be. So to all you departing, on behalf of the entire Twin Cities Squadron, my very best wishes in everything you undertake. I hope you find success, and in all days ahead, may you find fair winds in following seas. Thank you.
Ms. Alstrom, current president of the Twin Cities Squadron Parents Auxiliary, has a few mementos she'd like to present to our departing cadets. Ms. Alstrom. Chief Petty Officer Aiden Barnes will now read the Sailor's Farewell Address, modified for our cadets.
For many years, these sailors have stood the watch. While some of us were in our bunks at night, these sailors stood the watch. While some of us were in school learning our trade, these shipmates stood the watch. They stood the watch for many years. They stood the watch so that we, our families, and our fellow countrymen could sleep soundly and safely each and every night, knowing that a sailor stood the watch. Today we are here to say, shipmates, your watch stands relieved. Relieved by those you have trained, guided, and led. Shipmates, you stand relieved. We have the watch. Bosun, stand by to pipe the side. Shipmates are going ashore. Sideways, post.
Forward, march. Center, face.
The departing cadets will now be piped ashore. Chief Petty Officer Logan Michael, departing. Sea Cadet Corps family departing. Chief Petty Officer Nicole Gustafson departing. Sea Cadet Corps family departing. Petty Officer Second Class James Erickson departing. Sea Cadet Corps family departing. Petty Officer Third Class Alex Brawson, departed. Sea Cadet Corps family, departed. Petty Officer Third Class Benjamin Foley, departing. Sea Cadet Corps family and Mrs. Hallstrom, departing. Petty Officer Third Class Owen Mission, departing. Sea Cadet Corps family, departed. Airman Michael Rulin, departed. Sea Cadet Corps family, departed. Airman Apprentice Carter Catto, departed. Sea Cadet Corps family departing. Airman Recruit Jason Grew departing. Sea Cadet Corps family departing. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise for the retirement? Oh, excuse me. Side boys, dismissed.
Side points, center, face, forward, march.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise for the retirement of the colors? Color guard, retire the colors.
Shoulder, arms, forward, march.
Present. Arms. Center. Face. Forward. March.
About, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated and return your attention to my right for a short video. Thank you for honoring our ardent sailors with your presence. We will be at the ceremonial cutting of the cake, and you are invited to join us for refreshments. Thank you.
That's your cue.
It was quicker, much quicker.
Guys, why don't you move away from here, okay? Go in here.
Yeah, I sure am.